Hey, it's BT with the Indonesian GP review. Let's get right to it. They should have called this GP the morality GP because, man, once you strayed off that beaten path and got into the dirty parts, you paid for it. And that's what happened in this GP, man. Let's get right to it. Hey, send out some clean sheets to Ayumi Sasaki and Jorge Martin because they shit the bed. I mean, let's just be honest, especially Sasaki. Listen, man, this is when the big dogs got to come eat. This is the flyaways, and the flyaways always make the championship. I mean, you got to plant the seeds, set the foundation during the year. I mean, the first part of the year, but the flyaways, hey, that's when the big dogs go eat. And Sasaki ain't been hungry. I don't know what the deal with him is. And you got to look at it as a Tour de France. He's got the best lead out man in all three classes. You got the big Dutchman. You got Colin Vieira, your teammate. He's your Wout van Aert. Think of you as Jonas Vingegaard. He's your Wout van Aert. Listen, have the big Dutchman go in, be your lead out man, have him throw them bows, okay? In the last two laps, look at it as Mark Cavendish in the sprint. Do what you got to do. And like I said, big dogs got to eat. And you ain't been eating, bro. And I'm just saying, you ain't been eating. Your home GP, you should have won that. You did okay, but you ain't been eating. Luckily, Jamie Massey was kind of off. So you can still win this thing, but damn it, you didn't get no points. Sasaki didn't get no points. He shit the bed before I get hit. But he's also my heartbreak. He's my heartbreak. Jorge Martin's my heartbreak. And also Philip Salach in Moto 2 was my heartbreak. But man, Sasaki, you got to do better. But I will give rider of the race goes Diego Moreira, 18-year-old Brazilian kid, first Brazilian since Alex Barros. Let me tell you something. If Dorna does their job between David Alonso and Diego Moreira, two South American kids who are kicking ass in Moto 3, which means they're 18 years old, you get another South American GP. Those people are starving for GP, especially in Brazil. You book it during Carnival. During Carnival, oh my God. I mean, bring some extra security. I mean, no offense, Brazil. You'd be like, hey, did our bikes ever show up yet? They did? Then where are they? I don't know, but I saw somebody riding a Repsol Honda down the street. I think it was a 12-year-old kid. Anyway, it's Brazil. Those guys are starving for GP. Get another GP in South America and just broaden your market. You can never have too many fans. It's like Bill Gates having too much money. That can never happen. Anyway, let's get right to it, man, to Moto 2. It's a Costas to lose. I'm not going to pull a Neil Morrison. I can't see Pedro shit in the bed. And what made me think of Pedro is he was Marquez-ish. Was when during the Indian GP before the red flag, when Jake Dixon it was a legal move. It wasn't even dirty, but he kind of cut Pedro's nose off, and Pedro was watching during the red flag. He looked at it like, this motherfucker. And that it's kind of like when your kid goes, hey daddy, I can beat you up. You go, take your 4-year-old little ass down there and put these Legos together. And I bet not step on one either. That's what he was like, okay, dude, really? Pedro is so, and I don't know why people hate on Pedro. Maybe it's because everybody's hyping him up. But if you look at it, he's kind of living up to the hype, but he's doing it so smooth. Like, that's why it's so Marquez-ish. Like, the way he's doing it, it's going to be interesting next year to see how quick he gets it. Because if he gets it, he's going to be getting it. Before I even get ahead of myself, what was Halgado doing? That wasn't even a shortcut. That was straight up cheating. You know what that was like? It was like running the Boston Marathon, and then like the 17th mile, you take a bus to the 19th mile. Like, hey man, where the fuck did he go? And all of a sudden you're leading, and like, how did you get there? That's what he did. He took a bus. I mean, it wasn't even on the racing line. Anyway, he paid for it with a double long lap penalty because he did it again. Like he wasn't getting it. I mean, maybe he was, and he just goes, I'm just going to take the penalty. I mean, you got to love that kid's chutzpah. You really do. But anyway, Halgado, hey, he's a big dog. Because when we thought he was fading, Halgado showed he's a big dog he wants to eat. So keep it going for Halgado in that shortcut. But I thought it was kind of funny. But anyway, let's go to, like I said, Moto 2, it's a wash. It's a Pedro Acosta. I'm going to say Pedro Acosta wins that by the time they get to Malaysia. I mean, anything can happen, but I think he's going to win by the time they get to Malaysia. Go to MotoGP. MotoGP, ride of the race. I got to give it to the Beast, only because Alex Rins started 21st, but the Beast got punted off the track. Why am I licking my lips? Am I LL Cool J? Yo, let me tell you what happened. What I think the Beast is going to be the man. Migo said, Mama say knock you out. And that's what the Beast is going to do. He's going to knock him out. Anyway, I think because the Beast got punted off the track, he was last and then went to sixth or eighth. So the Beast gets right of the race, but honorable mention goes to Alex Rins. Rins raced a great race from 21st to a top 10. Damn. My MVP goes to Maverick Vinales. I've never seen Vinales so damn happy in all my life. When he had the Batman during the podium ceremony, he just seemed happy. He was funny. So MVP goes to Maverick Vinales because he's too far out to win. But like I said, Jorge Martin gets my heartbreak because he shit the bed. But I'm gonna say this right now: the second best teammate in all three classes, second best teammate of all three goes to Bezecchi because he's got Luca Marini. Listen, do you see the Beast actually helping out Bagnaia? Come on now, Bagnaia last year. Remember he was, hey, is he with us or is he against us? Remember that in Malaysia when the Beast was like, hey, I'm going for a championship too, dude. So once you quit bitching, I mean, that's basically what he said. Once you quit bitching and once you race, put your punk ass helmet on and race. That's basically what he said. Remember, and they all were kind of like when the Ducati bosses were congratulating Bastianini, but they weren't in a way. So I can't really see Bastianini helping the Beast. I mean, the Beast helping Bagnaia out, and I can't really see Zarco. When's the last time you talked about Zarco? Exactly. No offense to Zarco, but I mean, there's an APB out on Zarco. We don't know where he is. When he crashes, that's when we know where he is. So anyway, so the only one who has a decent teammate is Bezecchi. Bezecchi is 63 points out, maybe a little too far out, but still, Luca Marini he's overdue for a win. And between the both of them, they got like 2 collarbones between the both of them. And that kind of bonds people together. If your teammate is working on one collarbone and you got one collarbone, you kind of bond together. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if you're like, let's just say you have like one testicle, right? And you find out your buddy has one testicle. You go, oh, you too? Only because not like, a cancer, but because maybe he had a bad lawnmower accident. I don't know. But that's how you bond with people. So he's your teammate. He's Italian and he's got a broken collarbone. Come on, man. So he got the better teammate. So you never know. And we're going to Phillip Island. If the weather is good in Phillip Island, I'm looking at one of the best GPs of the year. Fingers crossed, hopefully. So, because I got my fingers crossed. Anyway, if there's a full grid, hopefully Alex Marquez come back. A full grid, that makes a difference too, because in the weeks past, people were getting points. No offense to the riders ever getting points, but they were getting points because there weren't enough riders. People would crash and they would get points. They still finished, but now you got 22 riders on the grid. Somebody ain't gonna get no points. There's gonna be a world champion or I don't know, a top 10 rider who ain't gonna get a factory rider who ain't gonna get no points. So these last 5 weeks, like I said, that's when the big dogs come out to eat. And speaking of big dogs, the big talking point was Marquez going to Grassini. And even if you don't like Marquez, I say this, I used to hate Tom Brady. And then all of a sudden one day I'll go, why am I hating somebody who wants to get better? Now listen, I don't care who you are. You might have your favorite rider. You might have your favorite teams if you're in one of those stickball sports, like say basketball. And then you watch and then you read stories about how the owner doesn't really work for a championship. He just gets that, the one big star. He pays him a lot of money, but he's not really into winning a championship. Tom Brady, the older he got, he still wanted to get better. He could have rested on his laurels, but he didn't. Same way with Marquez. Even if you don't like Marquez, how can you not respect him going for greatness? That's what he's getting paid as much as I'm making this. Well, no, not really. But still, he's taking a pay cut, an enormous pay cut, just to try to be great again, to try to win a championship. You got to respect that. So what he's doing is, and it's kind of Rossi-ish. I mean, it's so congruent with what Rossi went through with the Honda and then Yamaha, and Marquez going from Yamaha to Ducati, and like Nikki said, that's why they race on Sunday. It's not a given he's gonna win. I mean, who knows? All he knows is Honda. All he knows is the Honda his whole life, and maybe it's not gonna work for him with Ducati. Who knows? I mean, seriously, some of these guys. The only person who's made it work, think about it, is Casey Stoner. That's why, in a way, Casey Stoner might be the greatest GP rider of all time. So, and I'm trying to ruffle any Rossi feathers. Let's just be honest. I mean, Stoner is the only one who could race anything and win. Two world championship with two different manufacturers. Marquez, I think, could do it. We'll see, though. It's first time on anything but a Honda. I love it. GP is just getting better. Did I just go? But that's the way I feel about GP. Anyway, like I said, the best wingman in the sport right now is Colin Vieira. Second is Luca Marini. Listen, wingman, teammate. If you can get your grandma to make a pumpkin pie for somebody and maybe they get sick and they get the Hershey squirts, do what you got to do to win, because the big dogs come out to eat, and this is when champions rise. Hey, the pressure is either going to burst pipes or it's going to make diamonds, and diamonds being a championship. So next 5 weeks, we're going to see who the man is. But I'm going to say this right now. You don't get enough credit, Bagnaia, but Bagnaia put some respect on his name. He won that fair and square, raced his ass off. And let me tell you something. For some reason, I'm talking out of my arse right now, but I don't see Alicia Spargo staying longer. I see Alicia Spargo leaving sooner than later, and I think Fabio could take that Aprilia and put it on the top step of the podium consistently. So Yamaha watching Honda move. Watching Marquez move from Honda, same can happen with Fabio. So anyway, GP just gets better. 2024 on paper is even better than 2023. GP's getting better. Thanks for watching. Give me some criticism. Give me some, I don't care. Just something, man. Just respond. I love GP. Anyway, until then, thanks guys for watching. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. That's why I look like this. Anyway, until then, you know the word. Bye.